Hey, 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 folks. We're back with more queue up. I forgot that my buttons don't work. Let's go over here. How you doing? Don't mind me being short in the corner because here on the queue up. Oh, we just got into an anomaly. We had a wild ride at the end of the last one. So, here's to continuing for... just continuing it all on. Alright, what's happening? Okay, so we've got a new game feature that require... Eve. Increase the queue block to 100 million queue. Extremely cool shop sometimes. Hey, cause it's me, Mr. Hack Your Game, lol. I got my cool personality back again. If you get lucky when you manually refresh the shop, you can make it so just for coolest items instead of bad luck garbage. But I kind of want some of the bad luck garbage items, because some of them are actually good. Oh my god! Ico Fire Picosecond Laser? I don't know what that is. I'm gonna pick it up to compare it. Circuit, Mining Drone, Lotto. Type. Comparison. 30, 15, 100. 45. Goes faster, lower damage, more accurate. Right, let's sell our tokens. 2x4. I'm not gonna do a 2x4. Our 10 Q boosters, we got mining drones coming on up. Really don't actually need... Let me just put myself down a bit. Don't actually need a replicating nanobot. That's only getting me, what, 450? That's already getting me 2,000. Just from these guys. Both these guys in. Now, it doesn't scale on the amount. Unless that's 50 per... Unless that's 450 per times 9. I'm gonna do a round and see what's actually happening with that, because I forget how that stacks and it'll count what it is. If it isn't, then I think I'm gonna throw a circuit in instead. Research Gambler. Hopefully the meta hasn't changed too much. It's been 24 hours since the first game. Yesterday. Then my tiebreaker winner's knockout. Two gamblers. Let's fucking go.
Upside.
Let's not fucking go. Alright, yeah, so it is the 450 times the modifier. So it's 450 because I've got 9 times 9. This is not good. This is not good. This is done though. Holy shit. How's it still going? At least win beyond a jewel. Fuck yeah. Oh, but it only keeps me an anomaly. I don't have to climb back from grunt 1. Alright, so we got a match. High match. Which means the card's back up. My god, meta read coming in. Meta read coming in. We're coming on in. On a duel, give me PXP. Boom, baby. Only 400 mil. I see. Lynch. New upgrade point unlocked. I see how it is. We're going to be capped at anomaly 1. We're only going to get 50 million until we can fix our anomaly cap. We're going to read to see if my snowball triggers. If it doesn't trigger, we need to rearrange some stuff. Snowball triggered. Snowball triggered. Reset. Okay, we're good. Beautiful. No clutch, no team captain. Get more XP. Boom. Give me my big violation. Back at cap. This means, oh, the extra gold. We're gonna lose this one. Nope, 3 in a row. This means we're gonna have a big booty win. Big booty win. Getting Yomi triggered. I can move up quickly. Getting snowball scaling. Getting meta read scaling. Getting multiple trigger the trophy. And we're getting our XP. Boom, 2 billion. Alright, we run a match, give me VXP. Clinch, trigger, untrigger. If your weapon has crit this match, plus 50 Q mult. Guess I can just throw you on Rook. I mean, you can't complain at that. That's not bad. But at the end, so it triggers later again. Shop. You can get them both. Q block. Oh my god. They cost diamonds. When you trigger your 99th node in any flip, ×2 for Q multiplier and refresh that node. Is that an item? Every third node triggers the node furthest away from it. What the fuck are these? Right, manga we pick up. Corrupted items are insane. Both are really fucking expensive. Too fat. It's the shards. As much as I would love... Okay, we can at least see what's happening. Isolated nodes trigger trace. A loyalty bonus. Coherence stay awake plus coherence while rested. Gain 2 Q mult at the end of your skill phase if you have at least 10. Inventory overload. If you have at least 5 skills in the inventory plus 3 Q. The first node you deplete triggers all adjacent nodes 10 times. Say that. Crowning achievement. If you have at least 1000 crystal, Lose 100 crystal and get mult. For any pair of nodes, whenever the lowest node goes off, the higher node also gets triggered. What does that even mean? Fantasy Perception Tonic. At the end of a skills phase, 8Q mult if your team has 4 fantasy items. Triples the AVS of your lowest AVS activation stock of your lowest activation stock. Flex node. Which one's a flex node? Email. Okay. Fixed node. So I'm guessing a flex node is not that. Quantum Disentangler. Gain 2x multiplier. X is a product of your 2 largest contiguous groups of nodes. So, as if you wanted your entire board set up into 2 balls. Isolated nodes gain activation stock. The first node you trigger triggers as many times as it has activation stock. So that would essentially be the lowest position on flip. No, yeah, the lowest position on flip or the lowest position on Rin. So on Rin then one. On a Rin, I would trigger first. So it would always be one of these two on a Rin. Whereas on a loss, on a flip, it would be fifth. So it would only be fifth, or fifth. Or fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, I'll keep the Limit Breaker XV available to see how that works. I'm gonna try throwing... gonna lower our Q, but we will try fifth. And we also have a point to spend. So we could do replenish more AVS, which means we could get more triggers of Rook and Bishop, but Bishop doesn't really give me more trigger happy, more rotation, more Tari, more growth mindset. Honestly, activation stock's starting to sound like a decent investment. But that only gives me Q. That is maxed. Trophy for every win. XP. Clutch. There's only 5,000. Dedication. Dedication and social engineering. Do I have any crypto emoji equipped? I've got one emoji. And no crypts. Honestly, dedication doesn't get me- not dedication. Social engineering does not get me a lot. Oh, in Jesus. Still only a 10% chance. It's very good, but also coaching maxed out. Right, we are level 30 something. So fifth will be next. We'll do that, and then we'll just see how it goes. Alright, we're gonna look for Gambler. We're gonna get a Gambler. Yes! Alright, start off with a win. Pretty good. Alright, let's see how this goes with the extra activation stock. Got Snowbird down there, clinch. Weapon hasn't crit yet, but we've got a huge crit rate, so we're gonna get it after the next round. $5,000. More. Give me more. I also need to find out what the first one I deplete is. Damn, I've got 100 accuracy and I miss. My god, when you overload the left, it comes on the right. Alright, now we get the coin bonus. We get the loss. It's gonna take us back down to the bottom of anomaly 1. Alright, what's gonna deplete first? Fish in a barrel. We can fix that if we wanted that to be adjusted. God, I love being negative. Bin. There we go. Give me crit rate. Damn, -3 billion. Like, I will win the captain or loss of the captain. It's a good system. So, clinch should be working now, I imagine. Yes, it is. More modifier, more modifier, more modifier, more modifier, more modifier. More. 7,600 times. We can do better for that. There we go, 7,673. Yeah, 2 crit per shard. So I don't actually have 100%, but I've got... But it's close. Overload these now. Alright. It all comes back again. Money. We are making so much money. At some point it could be fun if we could make like $1 million in a round. Damn, 150,000. I mean, we're getting there. Ooh. Negative 3 billion. New point acquired. Upside. Nope. 1 second. We're gonna do this for a while. Oh, wrong button. My god. Holy crap. History get VXP. Negative 10 billion. That's mad. If I can keep getting rotation triggered, that would actually be not. You'll figure out which trigger Happy's triggering, because rotation going here, getting activated by Rook, would be nuts. What's actually activating? So Rook is being activated by Pop-Off. Because I can get more triggers from rotation, but then Atari needs a trigger. Atari being triggered by Rook is fine, because, yeah, no, it's all fine, because Atari is going to trigger, yeah. More better challenges. This upgrade makes allowances for you to forthwith upon the occasion of a ha ha ha, what up nerd, it's just me, did I get you? I can make T2 and T3 more, give you corruption frags. First time you deplete triggers all adjacent. First node you deplete triggers all adjacent. So the first node was fish in a barrel. So like, let's see, if... Triggering thieves 10 times. Like, triggering snowball 10 times is something. Triggering, like, clutch 10 times. Triggering... Trophy 10 times. Triggering... Meta read 10 times. Triggering meta read 10 times would be incredible. Focus up. Hey. Do that. Do you trigger earlier? Pick up the limit break. Reroll. Need items which aren't thieves. 2 crystal per shard. Every crystal generated has a 5% being... Okay. GDPR compliant scratcher. 25% to trigger all nodes. Dark matter battery. I don't complete. I don't deplete everyone, but let's get the Everett particle. I think I could probably. Get the limit breaker put here. That would be a good way of getting corrupted crystals, because that gives me 40, 44, 52, 58, 68, 72. 5% chance of getting corrupted fragments, so this is like the economy item. Bone fifth in fair, in lieu of a limit breaker. We'll try the limit breaker, see if it works how I want it to. If it does, beautiful, we keep it, and if it doesn't, if we don't trigger fish in a barrel. So that's the thing, fish in a barrel would be a fantastic trigger. We lost our thing. Okay, now it's pop off. Yeah, I think I'll just go with a safe bet. Go with a safe bet, replace it with a gems.
Upside.
What the fuck is that gun? And you can find one. Yeah, we're gonna replace this with the gems. One normal item's back in the shop. Yo, I love losing hundreds of billions. What is that? Non-locality. Interesting.
Upside.
Alright, we win the match. And to be fair, getting more triggers of it is actually an interesting way of doing it. An interesting potential method. That it is. Big runs first. Played 2 close matches, sure. Mind War, my first node you played is fully refreshed. Oh, nodes gain 1 activation stock. That is new sleeve, Mind Warmer, Limit Breaker. But I'm gonna go with making it definitely luxury NFT. Gain 400 Q mult minus 1 for every other one of these items in the game. All nodes now have a random AVS. Empty Mind LSM Microdose. If you have at least 8 depleted fixed nodes, gain a 4Q mult at the end of your skill phase. Pick up a Mind Warmer. I can go in there for now. We can start generating. Unironically, like, shard maxing could be a strategy here. Like putting on a lotto ticket. Shard maxing. I'm gonna keep these two because like we could put on training data. It gets us what? 4 more? 5 more? We could throw out a rehab technology for nanobot. Which actually isn't too bad, now that I think about it. We could have thrown the mirror shard on, but I'm keeping it at least vague in the direction. We're gonna continue with Gambler. I might do Medic if we don't find any Medic this game, a Gambler this game, I'm gonna go Medic. We are gonna go Medic.
Upside.
Alright, so what's the plan for rolling? A good question. Alright, we got a crit, which means we're gonna start getting bonuses coming off of something. Hisuji.
Upside.
Oh, was that the other item? Did we get a did we get a lot of that? It's so spooky. Oh no! Violation. We're at anomaly 2. Wait, didn't we? Yeah, we run.
Q-side.
And back down to anomaly 1. Damn. My XP!
Q-side.
We're just farming here. Is this an unrin? Nope, this is actually just really good. This is actually just really good. The longer we go, the more crystals we get, the more crystals we get, the more crystal shards we get, the more crystal shards we get, the more we can buy.
Q-side.
So I think we've just earned like 40 corrupt crystals. Which is more important right now? New resource go there. Moo! That's a lot of crystal. Alright, we'll start with the Fleet 75. Then we'll go to highest Q. Highest Q. New email. Checking in. Checking in from Bob Kramnitz. Hi, bro. First of all, I just want to let you know how much everyone here at Strategy Interactive appreciates what you are doing for us. Talk about a hero's journey. You're really putting yourself out there, and I can't tell you how much this means to us. But also, while I've got you, I did want to double check that we're on the same page here. Plan Rise. You do understand the main idea, right? How the whole world is watching. You demonstrate the Q up as a game of skill by rocketing up the ranks, overrated novice. Proven once and for all that a real game not subject to online gambling laws. Yada yada yada. I thought we were pretty clear about this, but maybe there was some confusion. To be honest, I was under the impression you were really good at the game. I don't want to make you feel self-conscious, but you seem like maybe you're struggling a bit to make progress. Just let me know if there's anything I can do to help on my end. For example, I'll be happy to send more inspirational emails like this one to motivate you. Not continue. Hisuji, on trigger every node for exactly 2 speed. Everything is mixing it up. On trigger everything 2 nodes away. Ah! I could throw this here, I can get some mad triggers. And I like that. Oh my god, I love it. But I need something to trigger. I love and I hate. Right, if I throw it into trigger happy space. Meta read. That only works once. I don't want to trigger too early. With guilds are very confusing. You are completely right about that. It's not that they're confusing, each one individually isn't too confusing. It's the fact that you've got to basically perform algebra to figure out what's going on. It is all a, like, flow state, it's all a flow chart in a hex grid. So, ideally, Tesuji triggers 3 times. Ah, welcome, Gibby. Tesuji triggers everything around 2 spaces, explicitly 3 times. I want it to be triggered on trigger. What do I want it to trigger? Realistically, I would want it to trigger, say, meta read or coaching, or preferably both. I can't do it in that spot. I would have to, like, move. I could start trying to get triggers onto RNGs. Let's see, we could pop off over here. Pop off could go like that. I don't need any more triggers with Bishop though. What even was here? I think what this could use is whatchamacallit, a undo button. So here we had self-reflection, yes. Self-reflection here. Self-reflection, I'm not in a major. As long as I can get triggered, I'm happy. This can trigger 3 times, it can be triggered 5 times. I need something that can trigger it more. Trigger happy space, but with trigger happy then. So what's gonna happen is we have Bishop on flip. That's my lowest on flip. Yes. So if this is gonna trigger happy, it's gonna trigger Atari. Then Atari's gonna trigger meta, Bish, SG, Bishop. But we end up going down this way first. So it's not that it is like the raw trigger order. If there was no trigger modifiers, this would be the trigger order for everything. So in a perfect world, if there was nothing which triggered on a certain thing, like on a Rin, on Rin's trigger, on Rin's, on Flip's trigger, on Flip's, whatnot. If none of that was a thing, and these were just nodes, they would trigger in the number order. However, because you got on Rin, because you got on Flip, and because you got on Loss, both take priority over the grid. So I have Atari on Rin on 3. So if I Rin, then Atari will trigger first. Because rotation is a non-trigger. Easy Rin is a non-Rin, so that might actually trigger first. Then meta read. And then Atari, unless the flow goes with flip, because you can technically flip before you Rin. In that case, Bishop will trigger first. And then they trigger in clockwise order. If they activate, I think the order then is clockwise. So Atari would trigger, like irrespective of grid, Atari would trigger meta read, then fish in a barrel, then Tesuji. So I want more triggers of meta read, but I don't. I don't want cooldown reduction triggering too early, so I can't have pop off being here. But I need this to be before pop up. I need this to be before cooldown reduction triggers. So let's see. We can put stuff here. Because, for instance, we can have some weird trigger order where Tezuji triggers meta read and poaching by being triggered by pawn, but then I need something to trigger pawn, which I don't have. Let's see. Because pawn, unfortunately, can only trigger stuff north of it. And bishop being fantastic. Rook, clinch, pawn. And I wouldn't even need pawn in that case. I could do Tezuji here. Getting more triggers. This bishop. But then Tezuji is not triggering anything I wanted to trigger apart from maybe rotation and trigger happy. So, what could I do instead of that? If I want Tezuji here, rook here. Right. It's gonna be... I'm gonna hate this. We've recalled everything. So, let's go with what I want. Let's see, we have Tezuji. I kind of want Tezuji to do... like, that's a really good position, but that's taken up by bishop. This one does meta reading coaching. But if that's the case, I'm already getting a good read here. I could get it to do knight. But if that's the case, I could throw it there, get knight, team captain, and Arvin Giveth. Then, the issue then becomes, how do I get Tezuji triggered while still triggering coaching? One option I can see is having Rook either here or here. So where's Rook at? Throw Rook here, we could throw, and then we want to probably pop off down here. That means we could have Tari, where's a Tari? Have a Tari here. Oh. No. Then alright, so I'm getting 6 triggers of coaching, but coaching can be triggered 9 times. Is there a way I can double my trigger of coaching, or am I too focused on coaching? That could be the case. Now I know Rook's here, so I know that I'm gonna want the snowball to be at the bottom of Rook. Then I could do this, and I can try and get more snowball. It will be triggered every time. Rotation could be an option to go here. That could be an option actually. That will activate coaching. Tari already activates, so it's a bit redundant on a Tari. Cooldown, reduction. So get the trigger on Rook, trigger happy, and bishop. Growth mindset. Now Yomi I want pretty early, but I still want it to be triggered by stuff adjacent. So bishop is a good position for that. Alright. Clutch, fish in a barrel. Fish in a barrel. Pawn. Now ideally, pawn goes somewhere where it can trigger other stuff. Fish in a barrel, easy win. Dedication. Momentum also needs to be somewhere relatively early. I need them to trigger before pop-off. Ideally, I want them to trigger before meta read. So can I get them triggered? Can I get momentum and Yomi triggered by Effigy? I actually can. But then only one of them gets triggered by countdown reduction. So what would I rather have? Turn that off. Would I rather have meta prediction again? I think I would rather have this. Because if we go back and check for meta prediction, gains meta when you see the selected hero. So +4 is actually still at worst tied with our meta read. But then what's triggering Yomi? Etsuji is. That's right. Now self-reflection, we want this triggered by something. We could have it here, triggered by either Tezuji or rotation. Born pop-off is here to trigger thieves 2. So I want a Q multiplier. Q multiplier. And then, yeah, the highest activation stock 1 goes into the corner to be activated by Bishop alongside cooldown reduction. Ah, but here's a problem. I don't want cooldown reduction to be triggered early. So pop off here. What do we actually have to do in this game? We flip a coin. And then everything else is math. I hate saying that. A coin flips, it lands on the equivalent of heads or tails. And then you either win or lose. If you win, you get a certain amount of points, and if you lose, you get a certain amount of points. Everything here is a skill tree based upon modifying what the multiplier is on those points. And you want to make big number go bigger. Or small number go smaller. Or just make every number big and hopefully win in the end. And there's different numbers you can make go up. You've got the main number, which is Q. You've got your gold, which you can spend. You got diamonds, which you can spend until you've got nothing else to spend them on. And now we've got another one. You also have XP, which is how fast you level up to unlock more stuff. So I'm like rebuilding a skill tree right now. Pop off cooldown reduction. Okay, let's save this snapshot right now. Random string. So pop off is here. Okay, no, that's fine. I can keep pop off there. Pop off can stay fair. Clinch and pawn can go up. Growth mindset continues to be triggered. Etsuji's got a bit more. I can trigger. Rotation has another one I can trigger. That's the case. Then trophy could be a good one. I mean, I don't actually need trophy at all. It is the most complex coin flip you've ever seen in your life. I'm rebuilding the skill tree, which is why it's taken a while. Once it's rebuilt, I can go in and we can flip the coin and we can see if it will make bigger number or smaller number. It's, I don't know if you've seen incremental games, a lot of them. Historically, there's been an incremental game called Universal Paperclips. It's very famous in the incremental game circuit. It's of a idea that if you had an AI with the purpose of making paperclips, it would eventually consume the universe, is the plot. It's the same developers who made that. With the one mechanic. They had a mechanic in Universal Paperclips, which was the Prisoner's Dilemma, which is you have two people go into a room, when one they can choose to take or share. If both people take share, they both share, and everyone leaves happy. If they both want to choose take, nobody gets anything. And if one person takes take and one person takes share, the person takes take takes everything. This game also has a Prisoner's Dilemma mechanic. Where there's PvP, where you have a loadout, and you can be merciful or ruthless, and if both people are merciful, you kind of share the XP. But if one person's ruthless and they win the fight, they take it all. It's a really thought out game. We've got a lot of flavor. It's actually really fun. Alright, so rotation. I think clutch could go for FN. Social engineering can get triggered by Rook here, rotation here, Atari here. We get 2 to be triggered by Atari. Can be Thieves 2 and then focus up and go beside Knight. Any of these which are triggered by Knight. No. They can go here. Is it any good? I have no clue. Look at the shop. Have I looked at the shop? What was the item in the shop I was looking for to make a set? It was... I've got the Limit Breaker, I've got the Mind Warmer, I need the Neuro Sleeve. And then... Get that, get that, get that. Reroll. Oh, thank you, normal items. None of them are Brave Train Frequency Doubler. Ah, okay. You also have an item set. So, if you also want to think about it this way, this game is a coin flip and auto battler. So, in order to see what's going on, I'm going to put the speed back down to fast, so that a round will last 20 seconds as opposed to 4. I'm going to search. My hero has a mechanic where I want to look for a certain type of enemy. I currently have a meta read of 60. I'm going to search for a medic opponent, and if one shows up, my mechanic's going to tick up. And we're matchmaking because this is multiplayer. This is 4v4, and you can team up. Because there's build synergy between the heroes and the builds. 2 medics. Good thing I didn't pick Gambler. Everyone's got the mechanic. I'm gonna toss a coin. We won the coin flip. So, how is our build looking? We get some of our gold, we get a meta read, RV triggers. We get our XP, SUG is triggered. We get a lot of self-reflection, meta read keeps triggering. We got a snowball. A bit earlier than I expected, I thought we would get Bishop earlier. And then we got our reset. Okay, so I want Snowball to trigger later, is what I'm seeing. So essentially we've went from flipping a coin to getting to losing a to losing a duel, to earning 270 million, being I'm a bit far, so mechanically I've got a cap at how much I can actually earn. Earning over that cap. Round 2. We win again. And then we let it all repeat. Oh, we got a trigger of a lottery ticket. lottery ticket doesn't really do much for me anymore, but I've got it in to stack for every red particle, which gives me crystals, which gives me a chance of having corrupted fragments, which is a resource I really want right now. But part of it is actually like farming certain resources. Like I started out wanting a lot of gold, I now can make a lot of gold, I don't need to make as much gold anymore. I want to be making corrupted crystals to cash into shop. These numbers are probably nicely consistent right now, but I do want to see if I can get Snowball triggered later. And then, as you earn Q, which is in one way a form of XP, but it's abstracted as like the... Alright, we lost this one. I'm gonna lose all about Q. Q is essentially the matchmaking MMR. If you have a high... The aim of the game is to have high Q and be esports pro. Because the narrative is that... I'm sorry, I'm getting like absolutely lost by like everything happening in front. The narrative of the game is that there is a company what is making the truest esport. An esport with the truest 50-50 win rate between every single player. And what that means is that they have a quantum computing algorithm to maintain true randomness on a coin flip. And that is the esport. But of course, like any incremental game, the narrative ends up getting racky. Because as you reach milestones, you start getting emails throughout the milestones, and these are like the ongoing narrative. And these emails are from like the developers, other players, a crypto scam. So if you like number goes up, this is a wonderful game. So in 5th Honor Duel, I have been eliminated, which means that I don't get any XP from it because I did not pick Merciful, he did not pick Merciful, therefore I am dead. Actually, I need to double check and watch if my Yobi is triggering right. Yomi only triggers if you have a unique meta read. This guy here has got the same meta read as me. You can also see his item set. He is entirely like emoji based. Funny. What the hell are you doing? You can see other people's build. Right. So, numbers are getting big. I could do better. Let's have a look at the skill tree. 600 gems, got some XP. So we'll cash them in. To get more XP and more gems. C5 in a row, win 1 match 3-0, earn XP in a flip. Then here, C7 gamblers, sure. So, what I want is I would like Snowball here. How can I get Snowball to trigger fair? That is a very good question. All of these are fine. Problem is with pawn. I think I could do... Need something to trigger trophy. Rotation is fine, actually. So, now, we've got Rook on a later turn order. So Rook will trigger after Bishop triggers, which is important, because I want Snowball to trigger at the end when I've got the biggest multiplier. Because this multiplies my multiplier. If it multiplies too early, I'm still adding multiplier after multiplying. BODMAS. Brackets of division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. You follow the way maths adds up. You always multiply before you add. Therefore, you want to make the multiplication literally happen later, so that you multiply after you add. Tactical baseball bat. Every non-shard item. I'd pick that up. Give me more app. That's a lot of lottery tickets. Shards. Oh my god, it's just all stuff. Don't need any of you. So, I could keep earning Everett particles. Or I could go for big interaction, which gives me more activation stock. This Noji triggers as many times as it has activation stock. This Noji deplete is fully refreshed, and first Noji deplete triggers all adjacent nodes. Oh, big, wacky stuff. Is the drift button in? I mean, I don't want to lose manga, because manga gets me a lot. That's a lot of multiplier. I don't mind losing lottery ticket, because that is a 40% chance of a 100. But like, if we took that out, that is 1. This is huge, but not in round 1. I could also take out the nanobot. I do get a lot of gold from coaching. So if we do like this and put these 3 in, we're still getting manga from skill detector and mining. We're not getting manga from 8-ball, but is there anything better I could do? Like if I go to type and then find my branch and then find my magic. What's my biggest magic shard? Dust Sprite does not give me anything. I don't need Geode. So I've not got anything too crazy. Shop, no. Okay. No. Let's have a quick look actually. Do I have anything? Bishop, coaching, Metairie? No, I'm good. Research, medic. And we'll go again. And we'll try to get to anomaly 3. That's the next goal, anomaly 3. I think once we pass anomaly, we like no longer have to deal with the capped Q mechanics. 2 medics. We love to see it, but we're not gonna get any Yomi because our fellow gamer has chosen to also search for medics. Busy Beaver goes up 1 every time you trigger a node reset at the beginning of... That's interesting. Woo! That's actually insane. That's actually insane. This is actually insane. How many meta reads am I getting? My god. 14,000 modifier. A shame I can't keep it. And now we just wait for Bishop to cash itself out. no one wins, we share. And that would be... was that 1 billion or 11 billion? 1 billion. Alright, straight to Anomaly 2 with our 300 million. That we get to keep. Now, we lose it all. A lot of self-reflection. Triggers earlier because of an unlock. Alright. It's not actually the worst thing, it triggering on the loss, actually. I don't mind that. The clinch bow, the clinch is maybe not kosher. The clinch, I don't know what easy wins doing for me. Just let Bishop finish it. Draw. More meta read, of course. And this is why her music does go hard. I love her music. It's all electric drum and bass. It's, wow, one of my favorite musics. He hit me! I need to hit him. Yeah, the music goes pretty hard. Back down to Anomaly 1. And down to bottom left, it's got like a little, when the music changes, it's got a little like title name, I've noticed. I don't know how many tracks are, I think it's about 8 tracks for the actual coin flipping. Did we win this one? We won this one. No, we lost this one. Hence the negative. He's running something. I can't even hover over thrombosis. He's sharded. Cave, the robot. We're running on high anomaly. Yeah, I'm not good at actually recognizing items. My god, that's like all anomaly. So I will say, Snowball is in a better position here. And the meta read on Rin is doing well. It would be nice to be able to trigger self-reflection, but at the end of the day, I'm not too fussed about the hyper-optimization of that. Why does he not get hit? A lot of accuracy for the katana for the pro. Alright. Game over. But getting more meta read is good. We got our buddy over here, level 44. With 504 meta read, which means anytime he triggers meta read, he's probably getting a 500 modifier just added on. That's before he snowballs. That's the thing, all of the classes, all of the heroes have a completely different like skill tree. They're gonna look completely different from each other, because everything works differently. Like, we very much struggle to get like radio triggers. We need to really think about our directionality when it comes to building a skill tree. So that's an example, like, I believe Medic straight up has a fixed node which triggers everything around it, which makes it very easy to build from. Like, this entire build is about building like separate clusters of nodes. How do I keep missing? Is it the magic versus mechanical, like, bias? It could be, actually. Because it's rock, paper, scissors on the prisoner dilemma. Alright, more XP. We should level up. Level 40, we're gonna get a new fixed node, Fatality. We keep this one, we keep that one. Then I guess we keep the lose 5 flips. Fatality. What does Fatality do? On trigger. Okay, so if we win a fight and the opponent is dead, we can trigger Fatality. It can be upgraded. That's a lot of Q, but that could actually, like, it's not gonna... Well, I say that. If you trigger that the right way, you could actually make it so that you could only earn Q. Because right now we're only losing a max of about 1.4 million Q base on a loss. I mean, if we could get it triggered 3 times and the opponent was dead, which would happen maybe, what about 1 in every 3 games, you could essentially not lose even when you lose. So we unlocked someone new. We unlocked a robot. We just need to unlock a tier 3 challenge to get the streamer and get to novice. So Quetzalcoatl, the wizard, actually just needs us, I guess, to get to a certain rank. Gear, no. Shop. Increase Q to 500,000 Q, no. For the love of God, no. Yes, for the love of God, yes. Open palm, XP. Rice. Trading data. Reroll. Inventory overflow. If you have 5 skills in your inventory, then... Nah. Manga, big. Skill detector, 8 ball. But let's see. Cooldown reduction will also replenish Fatality. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's see. Let's see. And thing is, it's not a guarantee as well. That's right, it's not a guarantee. Well, activation of stock of Blizzard won't actually help me. Meta read when maxed out. Self-reflection getting triggered by effigy. And ironically, that would go hard. But I'm keeping it here. Trigger happy. I like the idea of moving trigger happy. If I can get trigger happy to trigger before meta read. Wait a gosh darn moment. SG is not doing a lot right now. Yeah, it's not doing a lot right now. Throw it to... Let's see. Right, now I just need something to trigger this, so I can throw it onto there. Now I need something to trigger dedication, I can throw it onto here. SG is triggering night. So we're getting these triggers. Yeah, yeah! I need something to throw down here. Pop off, trigger all adjacent. Rook, do I want... We put clinch down here. No, because that's already pretty high for clinch. Easy win? Maybe easy win. So what does this mean? Unless we win, what is our number one trigger for? That's the next problem. If the number one trigger is gonna be Atari? No, Pawn. It's almost guaranteed to be Pawn. Which means Atari is gonna trigger a lot. Which isn't the end of the road. But this needs to be triggered. We've done something like this feels like it would be wrong, but that feels like it would be completely wrong. Because on flip would be trigger happy. On rin it would be meta read. But using our gear, the first node you deplete, first node you deplete, first node you trigger as many times as it has activation stock. So I think, oh, there we go. So first would trigger happy 3 times, deplete pawn, depleting pawn will refresh pawn, and then trigger everything around it 10 times. But now we need a way to trigger Atari. But now we need a way to trigger trophy. And now we need to put a point somewhere. That feels like a thing. And then we're gonna be the highest. We have an unflipped trigger of RNG. We could just... We're not doing it multiple times. Reality's on Rin. There's a lot of Q. It is a lot of Q. We'll just do that. We'll just let it raw dog. Let's go. Round robin challenges player. 1 medic. We keep our score. However, we do not get Yomi this round.
Upside.
First victory. Is it gonna do what I believe it's gonna do? Holy. Okay, it didn't. I really got, okay. Okay, number. Okay. 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 And we lose. Need better armor. I don't know what I need. Need a win. 1 billion. Great half ray. With 500 million. Means that it would be another 400 million to get to normally 3. Right, so this was a fun experiment. Born trigger happy is not what I think is gonna happen. So I think leaving those two spaces empty is still for the best. What lies beyond anomaly? Improbability. You know what? I'm gonna go back to turbo mode because we're gonna need it. Negative 4 billion. This is where we're in real PvP territory. We're consistently getting over a 10,000 times multiplier of map time. And rare Gonzo. So the pawn trigger happy combo is not the combo we're looking for. Why are we triggering pawn more times though? I think it's the thing, if the first node we trigger triggers all the nodes. Go back into gear. First node you trigger triggers as many times as it has activation stock. So this is not the combo. We want on-rin meta read. That is a good starter because that is a high thing. We wanted to trigger the stuff around it. So around it, one second, just gonna look into a shop while I'm thinking. Is that a piece of equipment? More crit. Liquid Courage, if your opponent is ruthless, increase your attack. Pick it up. XP, I sharded. XP. Okay, it's an item. Oh, if we look back up here, we can now use Liquid Courage instead of just XP value. Look at in here. The opponent is using the Ice Fire Picosecond Laser, deals 0 damage. I see. I see. I see. Which one's a skill? I don't know. Shop. Okay. Into here. Need trigger happy and pawn placed somewhere. Everything around. Then you can go beside Pop-Off. Before you're here, actually. I could continue to be triggered by Tessigy here. Like, there's no reason not to have it here, right? I mean, in both positions, but this one gives it the meta read potential. NVXP. Alright, and we're gonna look for medics. Anomaly free, here we go. No medic.
Upside.
But we win! Which is actually horrendous. What is Caboose doing? Who is Caboose? What is Caboose? You're supposed to not actually kill them, but I don't. I'm not even. But we're now gonna get with. No, we will. But if we can get Vitality triggers, that would give us 200,000. That wouldn't do anything in Exposition though. Negative. 2 billion, 4 billion. Give me the XP. Win.
Upside.
We're gonna get Fatality. Which is also actually kind of huge. Trigger, Fatality. Did not trigger yet. There we go. 6. That's a lot of billion. That's 2 billion. We gotta keep 1 billion. Anomaly free. Here we go, baby. Can we win the next one?
Upside.
We can win it. We can get another billion. Another billion takes us to rare. Anomaly 5? Question mark? I can only hope. Four, 5. We got mail and crests. Boom, 41. New skill point unlocked. Become RNG the Incarnate. That's the thing about playing as Mint the Pro. It very much is RNG dependent. We could get more. I like the sound of that. We can't afford that. I know what you're doing, Alice at Max Intro. Nice try. Classic rope-a-dope. You pretend you stole out right before Novice. Oh, look at me, I can't figure out how to play the game. You lure me into a false sense of security and then BAM! Unless you want me to think that Cupid actually is just pure gambling. In which case, rather than trying to trick people into thinking it is, I should be tricking them into thinking it's not. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. If Q-Up isn't actually a game of skill, then my existing plan already works. So there's no need to change it. But why would you want me to think that? Because you don't want to change my plan, so I should change it. But what if that's what I want me to think? Or, Is it possible you just suck? Is it possible that you suck at emails? Just you wait, I'll show you. I'll show all of you. How about a crystal for old time's sake? Is it possible you suck at emails? Riley, 101. Inting. Esports. Esports 101. Inting. Hey y'all, Riley here. With people from all over the gamosphere queuing up. We've decided to release a series called Esports 101. To help those who might not be familiar with the ins and outs of the esports scene to get up to speed. Today's Esport 101, Inting. Inting is a shortened version of intentionally feeding, which was originally used sporadically by esports elders some of whom are rumoured to be upwards of 30 years old. To describe someone in the game who was trying to cause their team to lose on purpose, either to derank their account or simply to cause pain and suffering. However, the word really took off when some of the brightest minds of our generation realised you could also use a word to describe anyone who made a mistake, played badly for any reason, or simply annoyed you. Some popular ways to use inting. After a teammate makes a bad play, wow, you really inted there. After anything bad happens in the game, nice int. After a teammate makes a good play, then dies, then something goes badly later for an unrelated reason. Lol, we have an enter on our team. But don't take our word for it. Be creative. Feel free to use inting however you want. Remember that if you want to describe someone who actually is inting, intentionally feeding, you should say actually literally inting, which still mostly is used to refer to someone who makes a mistake, but occasionally can mean someone who's intentionally feeding. Riley04, Overlord of Culture. Vic 13428 at Hotmail. Oh my god, he's an OG. He's got a Hotmail. I trust this guy implicitly. You just got Vic'd. What happened, man? You were popping off in the tournament and all of a sudden the admins are talking about how you're banned now? And then you're not banned or something? But now it's looking like that rattled you or something and you're not getting Q like you used to? Everything alright? I'm almost through Grandmaster, so maybe I can join you soon if you need a port player to help you out. What did it feel like when you got banned? Were you super mad? Did your palms get all sweaty? I've had that experience before, normal human experience, so I'm sure you've had it too. I was pretty upset. This person named Alice basically screwed me over and got me banned unfairly. I've gotta get back at her. I don't feel comfortable talking about that. We've been to a shop. No. Manga. Underdog sideloader. Repofi. One second. 2, 1. 1 second. Give me fat. Give me fat. Can I put you in here? I don't get any of that back. Okay. For testing's sake, we're going to take that out. We're going to put the underdog in. My lowest ABS flex node. Flex node. I should have paid attention. That's a static node. That's a fixed node. These are flex nodes, so this means it's going to be either pop off a snowball. And hopefully it's snowball. If it's snowball, big money. I'm gonna search for a medic. Medic, yes, we get Yomi. We're making a big number here, boys. More. Alright, I need more activations of Rook. Give me more activations of Rook. I need more activations of Rook. Improbability 1. Give me a win.
Oh, sorry.
Never mind. Gonna lose it all. So this can trigger a crap ton. The problem now is I needed to trigger a crap ton. That means I need to trigger Rook more. $21,000. Negative 36 billion. I can't drop below improbability 1. Okay, we're still in this. Let's go. Then you get another like 30,000. One more. 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 You've still got all of these bishop flips. Biblically accurate. A lot of diamond. Alright, we win again. We got to win. Trigger as many snowballs as you physically can. I need pop-off to trigger later. I need more things to trigger. I need more things to trigger bishop. We've got a problem now. We need to trigger bishop more. Alright, we got a new meta read to adjust to. Win one match, see, we'll take fat. And fat. And we'll take the lose 6 flips. And we'll take the Q multiplier. New email, esports 101. Blame. 101 blame. Hey all, Riley here. Welcome back to another edition of Esports 101. This time we're talking about blame. How, why, when, and who. Now if you're new to esports, the most important thing to remember when you're assigning blame is never blame yourself. The main key to escaping blame is to dogpile on the first teammate that sticks their neck out for any reason, as long as it's not you. If your team hates them, you now hate them. If they were your friend, then now your ex-friend. One great strategy is also to queue up with a full party, except for one slot, and then make fun of whichever random person fills that slot over voice chat, and be generally as mean to them as possible. This is literally just a strategy on how to be a toxic gamer. Really, anything you have to do is fair game, as long as it keeps the self-criticism and introspection at bay. If all else fails, an external factor is also a great source of blame. Hardware failure? Probably. Sun in your eyes? Why not? Maybe someone else playing bad made you play bad. Crazier things have happened. Now need to check if the signatures here change. And they look like they don't. Alright. Increase Q block to 1 billion. Dark matter battery. I don't deplete everything. Fireball. Reroll. 1 Gamba. So, I kind of need Atari to come back down. I need Pop-Off to come further out. I need... The snowball will trigger like 6-10 times. I do fat. We only have Fuji and we don't have anything triggering meta read. Trophy actually should not be fair. Trophy can go into 6. The Fuji can trigger momentum. Pawn will maybe trigger Tetsuji once. I need more rook triggers. Means I need more bishop triggers. More bishop triggers can come. Thing is, if we do 5th, we still have a bishop trigger from Pop-Off. This gives us 1 more trigger from Atari. But I need more. I need Tetsuji to be triggering here. But what do I lose here? I lose Knight. I lose RNGs. But here I get more Bishop. The Vuji goes very quickly. Okay, okay. Let's see. I go like this. Actually go like this, I can throw Atari back up. No, I can't throw Atari back up. Because I need bishop triggers. Tetsuji can throw you here. No, I can throw you here. Here, actually, yeah. But here I can get a Tetsuji trigger and snowball. More trigger than snowball or more triggers on... Alright, so if I'm here... I can do like this. Or... Tetsuji, easy win down, trigger happy up. Bishop, trigger Atari, trigger Bishop, trigger Root. Need something here. Yomi can go here. Rotation is now missing a lot. But I can just throw you here. In fact, I can throw you here. And then I can do this. And then we're on a really weird cluster now. Now I need stuff to trigger off Tetsuji. So social engineering can come down. And focus up can come down. And trophy can come down. And dedication can come down. And now we're just like leaving Giveth completely naked. We're going south cluster today. Now more Everett would be nice, but I want to try big number. Let's see, this is Q. I could go for more multiplier. You have at least 5 skills in your inventory. What is a skill? Are these skills? Like... If I take this, if I take like one of these out, and throw this in, does that count? I don't know. I'm scared to do it, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna go. No medics? One medic.
Upside.
Oh god. So growth mindset triggered first. Alright. Problem is we've had a cooldown trigger early, but on the upside we managed to trigger snowball maximum amount of times. Which is far too many times! But on the two-side victory, did we win the fight? Alright. 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 Big number. 125 billion. 125 billion. Domination. Alright, this can only go higher. We've got more meta read, we've got more skill detection. Somehow I don't think I'd went higher. 183 billion. That might have been higher. Improbability 3. Improbability 4. Triple victory. Straight into the improbability 5. This is what you call hardcore pro gaming. Undefeated. Biblically accurate coin flip. Did I have I stopped moving? What the fuck? Hello? My god, the numbers were so big. The numbers were so big it stopped me. Probability 5. Know what that means? XP. Know what else that means? XP. Know what else that means? XP. And what else that means? XP. Next. Skills. Dominator. On trigger. If you have more HP. I can find somewhere to stick that. Yeah, fuck. No. 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 My strat. I have to keep it off. I have to keep it off. It breaks my strat. It breaks my strat. I mean, to be fair, if it triggers, the strat becomes nuts. However, this becomes a 1 in 8 times a 1 in 4 chance. 1 in 8 times a 1 in 4 factorial chance. Because it's not that. How many heroes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 8 heroes, there's 4 slots. There's 4 rolls. So it's a 4d8 chance. A 1 in a 4d8 chance. Maybe. I don't know my numbers. But statistically, unlikely. What's going on? Hello? Was it like something in front of a sensor? You just not liking me today? It's not a matter of like processing. We've got like no overhead. I don't know. It's just plain spooky today. Let's have a quick. Is there like a? I'm gonna. Oh, wrong button. I'm gonna quickly just turn off tracking and turn it back on. And back on. There we go. Hopefully that clears up some of the issues. Shop. Skill detector, yes. Empty mind gamer gummies. +4 for every node depleted. Whether a ghost orb trying to communicate through the avatar, QX files, or ancient aliens. True. 4 Q mult per depleted. I mean, that's not bad. Loyalty bonus. Gamer gummies plus microdoser. Plus 2 times Q mult at the end of your skill phase if you have at least 10 depleted nodes. Do I have the LSM microdoser? Also, too fat. No. So I'm not too fussed about really getting it. Universal Rainbow Table. O nodes. No. End of skill phase if your team has 4 fantasy. Circuit. Oh, right. Oh. What does this mean for my circuit level? That is a 60 times and this is a more than 60 times. So therefore, this wins. Shall we? I think we shall. Improbability 5. We need a win. Medic, yes. And we have a unique. Big, huge, bigger, bigger, huge, bigger, snowball, 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 more snowball. Oh, more, more, more. Kill him. More. 61 billion. Exploiter. Oh my god, no, improbability. We're past improbability. My numbers are. It stopped me again. Exploiter 2. You know what? We're not even done. Exploiter 3. You know what? That's enough. Also, why is this in windowed mode? Why are you in windowed mode? Alright, we win again? We run again! I heard we're winning. Come on, let's go. More! Give me 700,000 times multiplier. 346 billion. Exploiter 4. You know what? We can do better than that. You know why? Because Exploiter 5. Can we do better than that? Or we capped? Tell you what, we find out today. We're capped at Exploiter 5. But you know what? That's not the end of it. 3-0 win, baby. 3-0 win. I might have to swap over to the Fugi because we no longer like what's happening on screen. We no longer like it. Fugi time it is. Fugi time it is. Oh, it likes me now. Where's my Fugi? There we go. Oh, you're over here. Hello, people. I am now a pixel. I am now a PNG. I am now Cheetah 1. We are now a cheetah. Look at that galaxy brain move we have just made. Transitioned on over to the next rank. We went straight from the bottom and now we are classed as an official cheetah. We also earned a bunch of crystals. We're gonna have a lot of email. And we also level up. You know, might as well. New level up point. C8 medics. Skills. Domination. No. Cooldown reduction. No. Fatality. I am going to go with more Fatality. It would actually be really good to get more triggers of Fatality. But the multiplier is more important. Playerrelations@gmo.com. You're doing great. Tiber, it's only natural when the pressure is on to feel a little nervous. That's why we've wanted to take a moment to remind you we're all here to have fun. Yes, we're here to do battle in the Cognitive Coliseum, but we're also here to... Fuck. I accidentally pressed a thing. I was trying to multitask. And rather than even it crashing, I was trying to close VTube Studio out, and I accidentally closed Q up because their EXEs were right beside each other. Alright, we're back, baby. Back to reading that email. Yes, we're here to do battle in the Cognitive Coliseum, but we're also here to play games with our lovely cyber-athletic peers, so try to relax and enjoy the moment. At the same time, we do have commitments to our sponsors, our promotional partners, our founders, and, fourth, the legions of fans both online and here at the venue who get paid good money to see the best, all the best give, and all to perform at the highest level. So if there is any way you could dig deep, find some hidden reserve of real power or toughness or talent or something like that from our perspective, that would be great. Thanks, the player support team at Global Mind Sport Olympiad. Charles from Charles at Mac Central. Hi, it's Charles. Hi, Tiber. It's Charles. I'm the intern that Alice asked to reach out to you every time we notice a match with out of a distribution results. Basically 3 wins in a row. How are you? To be honest, I don't see anything particularly unusual in your results per se. I'm not sure how to put this. When I started to dig into the overall data, just to put your results into context, when I looked at the big picture, it's not good. You see, we have a standard risk model we use to project how much compute we will need every quarter, and how much storage, and this model includes volatility levels that are based on historic patterns, and well, to put it bluntly, this model just can't deal with the amount of volatility that this game is generating. I don't think anyone has ever really run the numbers on this. The amount of leverage we are using, plus the degree of volatility, are already way past the limits that are put into place. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but it's not good. I'm sorry to bother you with this, I'm just not sure who to talk to about it. Alice told me not to contact her until I figured out your trick. I don't think she's going to be happy about this. This is my first job ever, and I really don't want to mess it out. What do you think I should do? He craved hell. I'm gonna give him some really sound advice. No subject. Zeke, you geek. Ah! I just dropped over to bronze. I was so close, man. That was brutal. I think I felt upset for sure. I had this feeling in my stomach like I was gonna throw up. Is that upset? Oh hey, after you got banned, the tournament started putting you on the second or third channel. The main channel is all competitive rock, paper, scissors now, but I've been watching on the side channels. I don't think anyone realizes, but I see the comeback happening, buddy, and it's crazy. You are killing it. Thanks. 3 highest Charles Max Empathy. Congratulations! You have just experienced the cutting edge of Max Empathy, the new socially positive NPC-powered platform for altruism. The scenario you just encountered, Charles, the intern, was carefully designed by a team of advanced psychologists, narrative engineers to test your capacity to overcome the selfish ego max and motivations instilled into you by the tens of thousands of years of evolution and decades of internet use. That strange sensation of warmth you are feeling? That is called simple kindness, powered by Max Empathy's state-of-the-art algorithms, and made possible by a generous grant from the California Tech Entrepreneurship Initiative and the Roger and Gloria Grunzen Foundation for Social Change. Thanks to randomized control trials and the one you just participated in, we are close of an era to offering Max Entropy as a premium service that can be integrated into every app. service and online transaction, as a token of gratitude and in compliance with regulations of the institutional board. Please accept this payment. I will not accept the payment. Manga. Mining drone. Replicated nanobot. Janice. For any isolated pair of nodes, whenever the higher node goes off, the lower is triggered. Interesting. Destroy the Q block. I will not be contained. Oh, congratulations. We are honored to welcome you to the center stage for the grand finals of the first annual Galaxy Brain Mind Sports Olympiad schedule. Check in. Light refreshment. Opening concert. 30-minute countdown. Turns out the countdown was one of a countdown. Caster's vamp. Countdown ends. Game confusingly hasn't started yet. Player introduction. Caster's intermission to discuss the stakes of today's game. Main stage game 1. Analyst desk. Main stage game 2. Actual coin flip show match. See back for more. All access pass. From GRC to LFG. Passenger name for player. Boarding 730. Zone 4. Seat number C5. Gate A. Eagle. When you can't afford to fly. I am genuinely pretty invested in this. We got an upgrade point, which can go into fatality, maybe? I mean, it could go into fatality, especially if I can get a trigger for fatality. It might be worth getting a trigger for fatality. Getting multiple raw numbers to be multiplied is big. Rotation over here, I think, is fine. Atari to trigger rotation, Snowball being triggered. Lethargy maxing out. You do need pop off because that's the only way cooldown reduction is being triggered. I think we just queue up. And you know what? We're uncapped. You know what uncapped means? It means if we win this. No medics. No. Everything we've longed for is gone. The numbers we don't grow because we don't have a medic. My god, with a rank above Cheetah. I mean, 44,000 multipliers. Actually a lot more than I expected. Damn. 7 billion. More. Defeat. Do we go all the way back down is the question. Or have we reached a breakpoint where we have a static start? Damn. Zam. Blam. At least we win the XP. Okay, we stay at Cheetah 1. Oh, time to watch the fireworks. Fireworks which aren't fair today because we don't have fireworks today because fireworks night was yesterday. No snowball. Go on. Biggest negative number you can get. Go on, you can do it. Come on. Negative 1 billion. It's not. That's not negative a billion. That's not negative a billion. That's negative a trillion. That's negative a trillion. You know what that means? If we can get negative a trillion, that means we can get positive a trillion. We can do it. We need this to get higher. We need a trigger fatality. We need another radial trigger. More triggers. Damn. 107 billion. Cheater. Cheater. Cheater! The surrounding game. New skill point acquired. And we lose it all. You know what? This has only been one character as well, but 8 of them. Oh look, it's Mothar Program Gee. I've seen him before. We played with him before. Holy shit. Yeah, we can't actually go lower than 5 billion right now. Lose 6 flips. Lose 1 match. Complete 53 nodes. Esports 101 lag. Am I winning, son? We're making numbers so much that I can no longer use my actual avatar. I'm not the PNG out of, like, not charging. I'm the PNG out of the fact that numbers don't like combining with avatar. Yeah, add with the negative trillions, by the way. We've reached a point where they actually stop you going down past the minimum rank of your category. Esports 101. Lag. Hey all, Riley here. Welcome back to another edition of Esports 101. This time we're delving into lag. What is lag? Lag is simple. Sometimes my guy is like moving, but then he's not moving, then all of a sudden he's walking against a wall for a while, but then I'm back to the place I started in, then all of a sudden I'm against a wall, then falling through the road, then I'm dead. That's lag, I think. Also sometimes a thing hits me even though I dodge it, that's also lag. Oh. The amazing thing is, we have a skill, Domination. Domination, great skill. If we have... It's a very, very limited trigger. However, activating Domination ruins my build. I have to keep it out. On Rin, 40Q for every node on your... Yeah. I need something to trigger Fatality more. I really need something to trigger Fatality more. But I need for triggering Meta Read. This is the only way I'm triggering Meta Read. I actually don't need to trigger Growth Mindset, but I need something. I can throw that down fair. Because the surrounding game is worth a lot more from Clutch. Now I just need something to trigger Fatality, but at the very least I'm getting 2 triggers of Fatality on a Rin. I'm getting Beyond Flip trigger, I'm getting the trigger. That's 1 million. So, Tifuji... I still need something to Why am I a fool? I could do 5th. Bishop activates Tessage, activates Pawn. Hopefully it activates it late enough. That's the real problem. I want Snowball to be triggered at least a couple times, which I believe we're fine. Surrounding game, it doesn't matter when it triggers. Now, if Snowball pop off, that's the only other thing. I could do 5th actually. Because that means that Snowball is later in activation and I don't know what the trigger order is on the item. I've got 2 upgrade points. So Tefuji triggers pop off. This requires me to be running. The But you know what? If we are winning, that's incredible. Dog tags, no. Janice, no. Circuit, yes. Rave trading, no. Reroll. Circuit. I need another emote. Rip. Need another emote. I actually could accelerate or die. Speed 10, yes. Circuit, yes. Gear type. I want speed. Accuracy is good. I've got accuracy 100, so I'll take speed. Being faster than my opponent means I shoot quicker than my opponent. And we take the big levels. Research medic. We've got no meta read. Medic has been doing pretty good for us. We go. Now, the idea is, have I built something magic? Or am I boosted? And I have just noticed, Gibby, you are on that leaderboard, silver, as third gambler. No medic. Holy shit. Oh no. Holy shit. Now we're still gonna lose a lot of Q. But we now can activate Fatality. You know what this means? This means we make the dough. Now we don't get any meta read. No meta read. This could be so much bigger. Just keep watching. We're already at 2 billion, 7 billion, 13 billion, 40 billion, 90 billion, 210 billion. More. Fatality works now. Fatality wasn't working fair. Fatality works now. Exact same thing. No meta read. This could be so much more. No meta read. This could be so much more. Getting surrounding game. Fatality. Surrounding game. We're getting snowball on top of it. Snowball on top. 200. 500. Now if we had metagame, imagine what it would be. 584 billion. Cheetah 5. Level 46. Defeat. We lose it all. We negate a little bit of it. And by a little bit, I mean literally a little bit. Look at that, we're negative 7 trillion. 7 trillion negative. We're right back to square one, baby. With the path of satisfaction it takes. Okay, we win. We're not gonna get back. I mean, the thing is, we don't need to get back 7 billion. It basically resets us back. Anything we keep now, anything we get now, we keep. 800 billion! 800 billion! 900 billion! And it's still not enough because we need 1 trillion to reach the next rank, which means we're 100 billion away from leveling up our meta level, a matchmaking rank. Right, and we level up to 47, where we unlock Lone Wolf and 2 upgrade points. And we have an email. One question from Outreach at MWPF. The Marine Wildlife Preservation Fund. How dare you? Peaceful, majestic, awe-inspiring. The mighty rail has always been a resplendent icon of our planet's rich biodiversity, and a timeless symbol of a true source of our civilization's wealth, money, and it's hard to believe that, even today, some parts of the road whose gentle giants are so hunted for sport. E-sport. Cheetah 5, yeah. No, there's more to come. It has come to our attention that the recent match, Regisun 100011010 user Tiber, intentionally and with malice aforethought, took their life, but innocent rail in a brutal ritual known as an honor duel. Have you no shame? But there's hope for you, Tiber. If you act now by making a generous donation to the Marine Wildlife Preservation Fund, you can regain some true honor. Take a small step to restoring balance to the road. Thing is, I don't even need gems. Take them. I can't give you more. Can I click the other buttons? I can't. The Lone Wolf. For every node that is isolated, gain +5. 1, 2, 3, 4. One trigger. I can pop you here, and then you actually do get a trigger. With these 4. So that's 20, 60, that's a 60x multiplier. No, a 60x multiplier. Oh my god, that's a lot of upgrade points. Another fatality. I guess. I could trigger that again. Unflip. Guess I can only really go into growth mindset. Outreach, one question. Thank you for your generous donation. You can take special pride in knowing that your noble sacrifice was motivated by pure altruism and not by any hope of receiving any personal benefit. Rest assured that our sincere thanks are the only thing you ever get from this selfless act of goodwill. Yeah. Another challenge. Deplete no nodes in one flip. No. See up 3 times. Yeah. The up 11 sides. Nah, we gotta get the gold. Giveth now at silver 3. We are now at Cheetah 5. Damn. Wait, is that actually what's happening? We don't earn any Q for winning, basically, but we lose 100 million for losing. So the ups are worth a lot less than the down. That's really fun. One more search for medics. If there's no medics, we're gonna swap to whoever the most prevalent is. Oh, yeah, there's 2 medics, and holy crap, the entire team is gamers. Pro gamer team right here. Straight off intro in, we're gonna make it out of Cheetah with this one. Will we make it out of Cheetah? Yeah, we're gonna make it out of Cheetah. No? Yeah, we made it out of Cheetah. Trigger 200 nodes in one flip. Hell yeah. What is that? Why'd you got like a post shotgun? Novice! Pro Hyper Mode unlocked. The item Pro Gamer Backpack can now appear in the shop.
Upside.
It's like it's a wooden coin. Unlocked, negative 250 million Q. On win, 180,000 gold. Alright, 21 billion. Trillion. No, I was 150 trillion? God. Now we're at 20... No, 100,000 million billion... Yeah, 21 trillion, 100,000 million billion, 150 million... I don't even know how to count numbers anymore. Somehow we're still positive 62 billion. The game's struggling to catch up. $10 billion, 30 billion, 50 billion, 140 billion, 600, 400 billion, 900 billion! And change. So good. $1 trillion.
Upside.
Yeah, okay, so this guy's actually got more better. So he knows something going on. He's also, I think, oh my god, negative 4 trillion, negative 6 trillion, 22, 100,000 million, yeah, negative 22 trillion, 100,000 million billion trillion, yep. 900,000 XP, 1 million XP. 10 new keys. Q side. It really does not like triggering the new sleeve. 7 billion, 10, 18 billion, 30 billion, 50 billion, 90 billion, 150 billion, 246 billion, 270 billion, 440 billion, 710 billion, 1.6 trillion. And change. Probably part us to 1.6 billion. There we go, 1.7 billion, trillion, 2 trillion. Ping. Electro Dog, esports contract, congratulations, you are now a Novice League professional. In Novice League, you no longer win or lose Q, instead teams win or lose matches based on what team generated the most Q overall. The flips in the match. Hey, great job playing Q up, you did it, now go check your email and then feel free to keep playing in the Novice League. On this hero or start a new hero and get add one to Novice 2. Join the team? Your dominating performance in the Galaxy Brain Mind Sports Olympiad has been noticed by every major pro gaming organization we want to sign you. Which team will you join? No gameplay effect. You can join W2 Esport, Team Legolas, Aptitude Gaming, Aluminum Free, Ultra Fresh Pro, or Bulbasaur. Let me just move the Fugi a little bit so you can actually see this team. There we go. Good. W2, Team Legolas, Aptitude. I kind of... I like W2, but I like the name of it, Aluminum Free Ultra Fresh Pro. What do you think? Oh, I need to take a breather. I need to take a breather. Stretch and then hydrator. That's good. That's good. We also got email. I do really like, but I like W2. I think I'm gonna lean towards W2. Before I check the email, I'm gonna check the skills. Tenuki. Trigger node exactly. Holy shh. and king. Trigger all adjacent nodes and then trigger all chess pieces. But that there, I can trigger king from here.
Hello there.
Hello. Hello. How are you doing today? I need to drag myself back down to the corner. How's it going? What can king do? Activation stock and activation stock. Okay. But you trigger every other chess piece. No, very good to hear. This is the queue up the coin flipping game which is gonna be the death of me. So I need to find knight, pawn, rook, bishop. Is there a queen? There's no queen. Yeah. So trigger all adjacent nodes, then trigger all other chess pieces. No matter what, it's triggering the other chess pieces. So, for instance, bishop will trigger, triggering. This is the most insane chain. Bishop, Ifuji, Popov, Tenuki, king, bishop. Clutch could go over here. To be fair, putting this over here means that no, it's just these what count as enclosed. Putting clutch down here encloses easy win. Need to have these enclosed. No, I think going beside knight and king is better. King will trigger knight. Clutch doesn't do much. Can't do that. Rel help. Okay, we've discussed this at great length and decided to tell you just what's happening. Help him about the reset. I'm literally telling him right now. Okay, sorry, I didn't want you to forget. What did you think I was gonna say? Oh yes, of course, sorry. Okay, so we're gonna have to do a reset here. Gotta do it. There's really no options, you see. The main problem here is that you're using both sides of the coin. Both sides. You can't do it. You're not supposed to use both sides. One side, not a problem. Use that all day, every day. You're good to go. Both sides, big problem. Major no-no. Huge no-no. Massive no-no. Yeah. No. Shakes head. Shakes head. But anyway, we're going to do a full reset of a sector. Thank you for... Your universe ran into a problem and needs to restart. We are resetting the universe. In a metaphorical sense or in a physical sense? Because, Hey, good job saving the universe, partner. You nailed it. Doesn't feel so good being pure information, does it? Now you know how I feel. Well there, fella. Guess we're here forever now. But you know what? Y'all ain't a complete failure. You saved me. And I saved the coin. Coin! Coin! One app is preventing you from restarting. Inaudible. I was about to say, if this game wants me to actually like Alt F4, it's like crazy. Door opening, I was...
I thought you said you were going to hit the button.
I did hit the button.
Well, the coin's still there. Just hit it.
No, I am hitting it.
It's not working.
I didn't expect voice acting.
Nothing's happening.
Coin. What's the deal with that coin?
Maybe if I hold the button down?
You know you can't hold the button down. They told me that it was bad.
Don't hold the button down.
Yeah, they said that.
That sounds like a lie.
No, they said really kind
I'm
of...
just going to hold it down for a second.
Okay. No, it's okay. Whew.
Oof.
Oh, that made me feel a little alive. You want to hold it down again?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, nothing's happening.
Okay, that's good. Well, okay, listen. We could revert it. somebody else will.
Somebody else's problem.
I don't want to put it in such coarse, plain language, but
It's been a long day.
It has been a long day.
I'm ready to go home.
I'm a little bushed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's revert it.
You got a paperclip?
Oh god.
There you go.
All right.
Oh!
What's the deal with this game anyway?
Not really sure. I think you kind of flip a coin. Comes up heads, comes up tails. It's different every time.
It is very different every
It'll be
time.
different every time.
Well, you know what I mean.
Well,
It's like nobody knows what it's going to be. It's new information.
Somebody must know.
No,
No, nobody knows.
What's it going to be next time?
I don't know.
That's going to be a new fact.
And there's gonna be a new fact.
Oh,
That's why they do it. I think.
that's kind of...
It's kind of sick when you think about it.
Yeah.
It's kind of wrong.
Oh!
Yeah. No, it's awful.
Yeah.
Oh, I shudder to think about
Well,
flipping it.
you know, that's why they have us around.
Yeah, no, we got a
We got to take care of that stuff.
tight ship.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
Anyway,
Okay,
but
well,
not on this occasion.
I'm going to lock up.
I think we've done what we can.
We've done what we can.
Yeah, let's lock up and get out of here.
Yeah, all right. You go on ahead. I'll just lock up.
You wouldn't be thinking about maybe flipping that thing.
No.
He's gonna flip it.
You
He's gonna
never
flip
offer
it.
to lock
No,
up.
I don't. It's just you always lock up, and it's so nice of you. I'm trying to. It's just sometimes I should. Listen. Heads I lock up, tails you lock up.
We're flipping it.
Deal.
They flipped it. And first the universe was born. Ah, it kept it in for family. I really enjoyed that, and I want to do the other characters just for the fun of it. That was really fun. I really want to know if anyone who has been around has also enjoyed this. That was Bennett funny! It's awesome. It's awesome. Oh, that is... What does this number mean? What does that number mean? Oh my god, it also gives you your win rate, lose rate. No other man in history could have gotten a special shout out. I don't even know what I'm gaining the challenges anymore. It's just to stop him flashing. Wrong memory hacker when you trigger your 99th node. That's actually really good. Knowledge transfer? What? It's not about the destination, it's about the journey, so get back in that hamster wheel. If you're level 50, convert 4 times all your XP to NQ. End game leaderboard, sure. And now all of my XP becomes Q. Oh man. I need to unlock more characters. I need to complete a tier 3 challenge. How do I do that? What is a tier 3 challenge? I'm gonna keep re-rolling. Like, no tier 3. How do I get a tier 3? And I need to get novice. Okay, we're gonna try. Oh, we got 2 more points. Carry. If you have your only pro on your team, you mult. On flip. Yeah, actually. I'll take that. Let's give a go. Let's do Gambler. Let's see if we can see what it takes to unlock a level 3 challenge. My god, we've already lost. Already lost. My god, we're already at 80. We are so dead. We are so dead, chat. We are so dead. Is that only in the game or only in the team? Only pro in the team. Yep. But we win the fight. And we lose again. Continue losing. More. 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 I win. Nope, straight up loss. Straight up no fun. We're not making it out of the lose streak for this one. Surprisingly, not reached any trillions. I think we're gonna reach. Yeah, we're reaching the trillion for this one. 31 trillion. And negative 55 trillion. Look at that comparison. No one can do what I do. I am a machine that turns Q up into negative 30 trillion. Got an email, Fo. Good news. You did it. Thanks to your outro with the other. Alice reached out to me and we're gonna work out a deal that's mutually beneficial for everyone. Me, her, the rest of the team here, all the players, even Larry and Neil are gonna get in on the action. It's truly a win. Can't believe how long it took us to actually just sit down and talk face to face. The funny thing is, the only reason we got together is because of you. They were both so worried about you because of your disastrous performance in the GMO. We thought maybe you were pulling some kind of triple cross, and I thought maybe you had a stroke or something. But in any event, we agreed to get together to discuss it, Tiber, and let me tell you something, Alice is amazing. She's so smart. She really does get games, and just from a different angle. Like, the whole road of the game to her, I tried to explain that if everything is a game, then that's just the same as there being no games, in which she really doesn't really get. But the point here is that we talked for hours, we laughed, and it felt so natural by the end we're finishing each other's sentences. I'm so psyched. Not only is Q up saved, but Alice and I were so inspired by your journey for starting a new foundation that uses applied quantum mechanics to help people who are bad at games. How awesome is that? The only slight hitch is I'm going to need to give up your shares as part of this deal. I know you've already sacrificed a lot, and I feel bad asking you this final favour, but it's the only way to get an outcome where everybody wins. I mean everybody but you, obviously. I don't think I ever really had them. From Apology Bot, claim my 1,000 crystals. I don't need them. Don't open for some Alice. Yeah, I got him. I know you think I'm a psychopath, but I'm really not. Everything Bob said is true. You really did hit it off. I'm not gonna shut down your silly game anymore. We really are starting this foundation for people like you. Larry and Neil will get you both. Oats for everybody. Bob showed me these little things called Warhammer 40k minifigs. Have you seen them? They're so small and cute. When I handle them, I feel like hovering over the road looking down on it. In a way, I always feel like that. Outside the road, looking in, but this was different. This felt like a tiny road I was outside of and inside of at the same time, distant and cozy. Does that make any sense? I think I believe in fate now. I wrote so many different versions of this email, somewhere I was a villain, somewhere I was a hero, but this is the one you got. It was always gonna end here, but everything you did mattered. I think I got the Warhammer 40k ending, I guess. What ending did you get? Well, the evil developer got addicted to Warhammer 40k. What does that say about me? I still want to know how to get a tier 3. Alright, we're gonna search a gamble again. See if winning helps us out. How does one tier 3? Of course, when I search gambler, it's all medics. It could be a 4-man, actually. But all at max rank. Well, and it's like some weird meta, you could like search as a 4-man, all the same character to like specifically mess with gamers. At least I win the duel. The XP is not doing much for me. If we actually get a win, let's see what it actually gives us. Didn't even check the shop. More. So much clutch. Oh my god, 5 million before modifier. Oh my god. Oh my god. 2 trillion. Morphos is making more than me. Right, what is Morphos doing? We've got the bag. Alright, we win more. Alright, what do we win this time? More, give me more. 500,000 times the multiplier. More. Almost 8 billion. 100,000 million billion trillion. 1 billion! How do you make so much on a lot? What the fuck happened? What? How did they make 1.4 quadrillion? Oh, we're not making the Q fifth round. We thought we had a build, and turns out we're an entire magnitude below what it takes to win.
Upside.
Alright. We can make a good number. We can make like 12 trillion. But a faith deal, the same way we did the first loss, the second loss. $28 versus 52. What? 50 quadrillion? And yet that isn't enough to... My god, what the fuck is going on with medics? What is going on with medics? These are not going to like level 3. Let's see, reflex. Alright, we got a lot of things here. What is a null ref inserter? When you delete your 5th node, 5xq mult and end your skill phase. That is horrible. That's disgusting. My god, with the flips too? It took me 246 flips to reach Novice. Jumbledore reached it in 58 flips as a rail. Looks like Gambler, Rail, and the Wizard happen to be the fastest flip ratio. You can make it fare faster. Eek novice rating. Fastest gambler was 186. My god, the teams, man! I'm streamer, robot. For real at least is, yeah. Anyway. I've had fun, hopefully you've had fun. Let's see if there's anyone we can spread the fun to. You is on Limbus. And Meow's on Hollow Knight. Let's go throw you guys to Meow and then YouTube, who say goodbye to you. Search Meow. Get the raid message out and hopefully it works first time this time. And I have been me, you have been you. Have a good night everyone, we'll be back on Saturday if I can get up in time to do the op. And that will have no avatar. And then on Sunday, Are we fair yet? Have a good one, everyone out there. Hello, YouTube. So, have a good night, everyone. If you're still around, appreciate you. Everyone who's been around, if you're not here, still appreciate you. Have a good night, and then